Hello Year 4, in Maths today we are going to be learning all about factor pairs. To start with, you have your daily fluency questions. Can you spend around about 5 minutes on these? Pause the video here and off you go please. Okay, so let's mark them now. 3 multiplied by 12, you could use your place value counters to help you, or base 10. The answer is 36. 36 divided by 6, we are looking at how many 6's go into the number 36, and that is 6. What is 6 divided by 6? But Year 4, we know that when we are dividing a number by itself, what is the answer always going to be? 1. Well done. Number 4, find the sum of these two numbers. When we are finding the sum of two numbers, what are we doing to those two numbers? Are we dividing them? Are we multiplying them? We're adding them together. So we could use column addition to help us. The answer is 5,045. Number 5, 1 multiplied by 18, the answer is not going to change and the answer is 18. 2 multiplied by 9, you could use your 2's or your 9's to help you with this one, the answer is again 18. And finally, 3 multiplied by 6, you could use your 3's or your 6's to help you with this one, and the answer is again 18. Now today we are looking at factors. To start with, do you know what a factor is? Okay, great work. So, we have got an array here. We know that we've got 6 counters in my array if we count them. We could split this array up. We could split this array up into 2 rows of 3, which are equal to 6. And that is the same as 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. We could also split this array up another way. We can look at its columns, and we can see that 3 columns of 2 are equal to 6, which is the same as 3 multiplied by 2 are 6. Now we have just found 2 factors of 6, which are 2 and 3. Can you see any other factors of 6? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, so we've got the same array here. We're going to try and find some more factors of 6 now. We're going to organise the array in a different way. And we have organised it so we are looking at the row. And we can see that 1 row of 6 is equal to 6. That is the same as 1 multiplied by 6 equals 6. We could do the same and split this up into columns, and we can see that there are 6 columns of 1 which are also equal to 6, which is the same as 6 multiplied by 1 is 6. So we have now found 2 more factors of 6, which are 1 and 6. Did you get those two? Well done. So we now know that the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. Let's have a look at some more counters and make some more arrays. This time we want to make arrays to find all the factors of 24. Can you pause the video and see if you can make any arrays and if you can see any factors of 24? Pause the video and off you go. Okay, let's see what you came up with. First of all, we can arrange it into one long row, and we can see here that 1 and 24 are factors of 24, because 1 multiplied by 24 gives the product of 24. So those are our first 2 factors. Let's have a look now in order and see if the number 2 is a factor of 24. So we have now made columns of 2, and we can see that 2 is a factor of 24, because 2 multiplied by 12 gives us the product of 24. Let's keep going in order and see if 3 is a factor of 24 and what its factor pair might be. So let's have a look. We can see that 3 is a factor of 24 because we can see that 3 multiplied by 8 gives us the product of 24. So 3 and 8 is another factor pair. Let's have a look if 4 is a factor of 24. Do you think 4 is going to be a factor of 24? Let's find out. 4 is a factor of 24 because you multiply 4 and 6 together to give the product of 24. Now, let's have a look if the number 5 is a product of 24. But Year 4, I want to know what you think. Do you think 5 is going to be a factor of 24? That's interesting. You're absolutely right. It's not a factor of 24 because it doesn't make an array. Well done. Let's see if the number 6 is a factor of 24. 6 is a factor of 24 because you can have 6 multiplied by 4 to give 24. But look, down here we already have the factor pair of 4 and 6, so we don't need to repeat ourselves. And now we've crossed over, we know that we don't have any more factors of 24. Another way we can find factors of numbers is by looking at their factor pairs. Let's have a look if we can spot any factor pairs of the number 18. We know that 1 is always going to be a factor of a number, and that means this time the factor pair will be 18 and 1, because 18 multiplied by 1 is 18. If we keep going in order like we did before, we can have a look at the number 2. Year 4, is 18 in the 2 times tables? Well done. So we know that 2 is going to be a factor of 18, but we just need to find the factor pair. We know that 2 multiplied by something gives us 18. Do you know what it multiplies by? What the other factor is to give the product of 18? Can you tell the screen? I can hear lots of you saying it's 9. You're absolutely right. 9 multiplied by 2 is 18. So that's another factor pair. Let's have a look at the 3's then. We need to know if 3 is a factor of 18. Is 18 in the 3 times tables, year 4? I can see some of you counting on your fingers. It is, absolutely. But what is its factor pair? 3 multiplied by what gives us the product of 18? Well done. It's 6. 6 multiplied by 3 is another factor pair of 18. Let's keep going to the number 4. Is 18 in the 4 times tables? I see lots of you say, no, it's not. So we can automatically say that 4 is not a multiple of 18. It is not a factor of 18. Well done. Is 18 in the 5 times tables? No, not that either. Is 18 in the 6 times tables? Yeah, you're right. So we can have 3 and 6 as another factor pair of 18. I can see lots of you shaking your heads there. We can't, can we? Because that would be repeating this one here. So now we have found that the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. If you found those two, well done. We have an example of a factor bug for the number 12. Can you complete the factor bug for 36? You've got the example of the one for 12 there. Can you pause the video and have a go if you can complete the factor bug for 36? Off you go. Okay, so that should have been done by now. Well done. Have you noticed a difference though? Are all factors in pairs? No, they're not, are they? Because for this one here, we have 6 on its own, and we're going to find out why that is in a little while. Well done for doing that. Okay, we have a sentence here, and it says 2.5 multiplied by 2 is 5. Now that's true, we know that. But Tiny the Turtle says that this means that 2.5 is a factor of 5. Do you agree with Tiny the Turtle? No, we don't agree with Tiny the Turtle, because factors have to be integers, and that is whole numbers, okay? So we can't have half of numbers, all right? Now, what are the factors of 5? Can you pause the video and have a think? Write them down. Off you go. You might have found that there are only 2 factors of 5, which is 1 and itself 5. Now, can you pause the video in a moment and list the factors of these numbers? 5, 2, 17 and 29. What do you notice? Pause the video and have a think. You might have noticed that the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. The factors of 17 are 1 and 17. And the factors of 29 are 1 and 29. They only all have 2 factors. Now, that's got a very special name. If a whole number has only 2 factors, that is called a prime number. That is where the only factors are 1 and itself. So try and remember that, but we'll be doing a lot more work on that in a moment. Can you see any other numbers that only have 2 factors? Have a think. So we have here some more numbers. We have 6. We have found the factors of 6 being 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. We have found that there are 4 factor pairs of 24 and 18 has 3 factor pairs. So well done. Now Tiny the Turtle says there is always an even number of factors. Pause the video and have a think. Okay, let's try and prove Tiny the Turtle wrong. I would like you to have a go at finding all the factors of 25. Pause the video and have a go, and we'll look at the answers in a moment and see if you've got the same as me. Off you go. Okay, so we know that always 1 is a factor of every number, and it's always going to be 1 and itself. So we have found 1 and 25 to be factors of 25. Now, is 2 a factor of 25? Is 25 in the 2 times table? No, it's not. Is 3 going to be a factor of 25? No. 4? No. 5? 5 is a factor of 25. 5 multiplied by what is 25, year 4? 5. So that means 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. So we have now found 1, 5, 5 and 25 to be our factors of 25. So we have 4 factors of 25. Oh no, but there's something wrong. We have repeated ourselves, so we need to take that extra 5 out. So for the number 25, there are actually only 3 factors, which means that Tiny the Turtle is not right because not all numbers have an even amount of factors.